Hey, how's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing great. And yeah, with Arsenal and City fighting for the title, tomorrow is the last game of the season. Game 38, game week 38. Arsenal are facing Everton at home, of course. City are facing West Ham at home. Basically, whichever team wins in a way, there's a big chance that team might win the league, except if Arsenal wins and City wins and City still win the league. So Arsenal need every City to slip up either way to win the league. But despite all that, let's take a step away from all this because it's middle of the May, a bit past that, and transfers already have been rumoring around all over the place. It's been confirmed that the transfer window is opening on June 14th and it's going to be open till August 30th in Premier League. So we are less than a month away from that, and Arsenal already have some stuff going on. So let's talk about that. Potentially summer potential and everything. So let's get into it. And we are kicking things off, interestingly enough, with David Raya. Yes, David Raya won Golden Glove for this season with a massive amount of clean sheets. And Arsenal are having arguably the best defense in Premier League goals-wise. We have conceded the less. But David Raya obviously is on loan for 3 million. And already it was the deal that Arsenal will loan him in for 3 million and the rest of the money will be paid this summer. And by the looks of things, it's pretty much gonna be a done deal because Raya has played every single game pretty much for Arsenal this season. He replaced Ramsdale quicker than I expected. I expected Raya to be our main guy around December, just before Christmas, maybe something like that, but it happened already like few games in. Ramsdale kinda was shoved out, and that left us wondering where Ramsdale is gonna go, what's gonna happen with him. Obviously, having two number one keepers, it's gonna be tough. So by the looks of things, Arsenal definitely gonna pay the 27, I think it was, million for David Raya. That will be pretty much our first signing, if you can say so. David Raya will join us full time. Obviously, Arsenal wanted Raya and Mikel Arteta wanted Raya before we signed Ramsdale. It was the same transfer window when we went for Raya. Brentford was ready to let him go, so he stayed there, so we signed Ramsdale instead, and now we have got the goalkeeper Arteta wanted to begin with, let's be real. But what's gonna happen with Aaron Ramsdale? That was the question. So, by the looks of things, according to reports, there are few clubs that are circling around this situation. The reports that Chelsea obviously want him to replace Sanchez and that Croatian, I think it is, goalkeeper who they have, to have a proper one, but that is still a bit of a 50-50. They're looking also at Unai Simon from Atletico Bilbao, if I'm not mistaken, or Ramiro from Real Sociedad. I get them mixed up at times, so correct me which one it is. But by the looks of things, Newcastle have emerged as the main team that are looking at him. Obviously, Ramsdale has had certain things because he hasn't played, but Newcastle they have Pope. But otherwise, they don't have the main guy in a way because he got injured. They have to use the second goalkeeper. It wasn't that rosy. Let's just say that. And it looks like, according to reports, the deal was very close. It pretty much was a done deal. Then Ramsdale came out with laughing emojis and says, "That's news to me." And then it still got slammed down away again with rumors that it's gonna happen. Obviously, nobody knows what's really happening, but by the looks of things, Ramsdale is 100% gonna leave Arsenal, and more likely than not, the main destination is gonna be Newcastle. Now, I'm not against that. I literally like Ramsdale. He definitely could be good and will be good for Newcastle. The biggest question with that is, how much will he go for? That is still up in the air because, as we all know, Arsenal is not a team that tends to sell well. Moving on to Mohamed Elneny, who has been confirmed that he is leaving the club. There was a heartfelt message from him. He's going away. He's not gonna be our player anymore. So after quite a bit of years at Arsenal, from signing from Leipzig, from Basel for 12.5 million, he was here for 8 years, 8.5 years. It was a summer signing, was signed on my name's day, mind you. But yeah, we signed in 15-16 in the year 2016, and he has been, to be honest, a good servant for us in a way, because he wasn't the main guy, he wasn't a world beater, he did what it says on the tin, but despite the fact that he wasn't the main guy, the main starter, didn't play one of the main roles, he actually did everything what was asked for him, always with 100%, always had a positive attitude. So definitely, he's a great professional. So I definitely commend him for that. And as you can see, an upcoming transfer in transfer history 24-25, July 1st, 2024, he will be without the club. So officially, he is becoming a free agent, which I can see, I get it, obviously, but it still kind of leaves some questions unanswered for me. Because if you look at things, there were numerous times offers for El Neni last summer, summer before that. Some money was offered from Turkey, from other clubs for Mohamed El Neni. The biggest question is why he wasn't sold. Because as you can see, he has played only 6 games this season. Yes, it's cool for depth in a way, but overall, he hasn't played at all. And do you think that he couldn't play these 96 minutes in 6 games? It's 16 minutes per game on average. Do you really think that a youngster like Manieri or someone else couldn't come in, play those 96 minutes and just get the job done? Really, you think there wasn't a player for that? Definitely there was, and that is the biggest question overall. But thank you, Mohamed, for your service. You've been good, to be honest. You never throw a hissy fit or anything. You didn't throw your hands in there. You always were satisfied with everything, and good luck in your future endeavors. And now we move into big boys. 2 players. First things, Benjamin Sesko. According to reports, he is one of the main targets, if not the main target for Arsenal to sign a striker. Now, obviously, he's 6'5", he's super tall, he's strong, he can finish with either foot, he's very technically good. We saw that at Salzburg, now he plays for Leipzig, we have seen him there. Obviously, you would look at this, 31 games, 14 goals, 2 assists. It's nothing great if you think about it. Yes, he has 50 million release clauses, stuff like that. You would say it's quite a bit, but he's 20 years old only, and as you can see, most of the games he's played during the season is coming off the bench. He started the game against Gladbach where they won 1-0. Rest of the games, he played against Bochum as a starter, against Freiburg as a starter, but overall, if you look at it, he mostly played as a sub, and until this year, well, until 2023, he mostly played as a sub, and he didn't do anything. But this season, things have fully turned around. Let's see, since game week 17, so second part of the season fully. In Bundesliga, they play 34 games. They have 18 teams in the league, so it is what it is. But since start of 2024, right here, they lost to Frankfurt, they lost to Leverkusen. He started both. This year, he has started most of the games for Leipzig, and overall, he has scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 goals, 2 assists in 17 games. 11 goals, 2 assists, so 13 points in 17 games, being one of the main guys since Werner left. I think it was because Werner left to Spurs. So definitely, he became one of the main guys, one of the main goal-scoring threats. And to be honest, he did his job quite amazingly. Yes, he didn't play that much in Champions League. To be honest, Leipzig didn't get a lucky draw as well. They, to be honest, took Real Madrid to the test. In a way, only 2-1 overall. He scored against BSC Young Boys from Switzerland in both games, mind you. Didn't score against Man City, but against Man City, who it's hard to score. Red Star as well. In DFB Pokal, he scored 2 in 3-2 win against Wiesbaden. Then lost to Wolfsburg 1-0 in Super Cup. They lost to Bayern Munich at the beginning of the season 3-0. I was watching that game. He played only 26 minutes. He didn't look that great. But this year, second part of the season, similarly like Arsenal, in the second part of the season, because this year we have won 14 out of 16 games, which technically should suggest that we should win the league, but obviously with Man City there are no guarantees, let's just say that. But it's similar like with Arsenal. Benjamin Sesko, he started playing for Leipzig regularly. He was one of their main guys this season, and this year. I always say this season, but I mean this year, I'm very sorry. And he actually was the reason, because he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 17 games as the main guy. One he got subbed on at halftime. Rest of them were from the bench. So basically, he became the main guy, and he started scoring. So if you give him game time and everything, he should be good for Arsenal. And for me personally, I think this is a very interesting signing in the sense that he's young. Obviously, the youth project, I think it's a never-ending story, it feels like. But he's 6'5", which means he will be good in the aerial battles. He's strong, which is also very, very good. He has decent link-up play, and he is somewhat technically gifted, which is also very, very good. And Once more importantly, he can finish with both of his feet, which I really, really like. I remember watching him at not Leipzig, but Salzburg. He actually was a world beater. Since Haaland left, he was absolutely brilliant there. So definitely, if Arsenal signs him for 50 million, something like that, I wouldn't be too upset, especially if Eddie Nketiah leaves and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about players that are leaving most likely this summer as well in a different video. Definitely, I wouldn't be against that. I'm not gonna lie, in a way, I would be quite happy. And the last one for today, Bruno Guimaraes. Another never-ending story. Obviously, Arsenal were linked with him before he signed for Newcastle, and during that window, it didn't happen. He went to Newcastle, and when he signed for them, he mocked Arsenal. Arsenal got mocked for this transfer, how we handled the situation. Bruno Guimaraes mocked them, and Newcastle mocked them. Well, us basically, and it wasn't pretty. But according to reports, Newcastle are in not the best of positions because they are slammed by FFP and the sustainability rules, which means, according to reports, you never know how much they need to sell, but according to rumors and reports, they will need to sell someone big. It's either Isak, either Guimaraes, because those are their two most valuable players. Either or, I don't think they will need to sell both, but they need to sell some to balance the books so they can go in again in summer transfer window. Which again means that Bruno Guimaraes could be on the market. The issue with this is, as much as Arsenal are big admirers of him, Arteta still likes him, and I would, by the looks of things, still wants him. Newcastle 100 million. And that for me, for Bruno Guimaraes, is way overpaying. For me, is he worth, let's just say, he's worth 50 to 60 million for me. Now, the biggest thing how I look at this is, the player is worth what the club asks for and how much he gets paid, how much the club gets paid for that player. Because this market, who is very inflated, the prices in a way means nothing. Basically, the player is worth the amount the club puts on him, the value, how highly they value him. And obviously Bruno and Isak both are super valuable, and both would be in the 90 to 100 million range. And according to reports, the Howe has said that he apparently hits 100 million and then he can go. And watching how distraught he was after the game where Newcastle fumbled their chances in the end to get Champions League and everything, there might be some stuff that he might be on the move. Would I take him at Arsenal? 100% I would. Would I take him for 100 million? No chance in hell. Because for 100 million, if you're spending on Bruno Guimaraes, there are you can for that money sign two very good players overall to cover two bases instantly, in my opinion. Because if you want to spend 100 million on one position, great. We did that with Declan Rice, let's be real. But I definitely believe we could spend around 50 million on one player, 50 million on another player, and get backup for Bukayo Saka and get another player. I definitely believe that. Genuinely, 100 million, Benjamin Šeško, as it's been reported, and let's just say, I don't know, Olise, maybe a backup for Bukayo Saka, maybe get a left back for, I know we are linked with Hato, maybe go with him. I definitely believe there are more value in signing two players for that price. However, if Arsenal signed him, I wouldn't be against that, because I know that the money that has been spent isn't money that he's worth, it's just what the club wants for him. So let's see whether it happens or not. But ultimately, if Arsenal signed him, definitely would slot into that midfield very nicely. I definitely believe so. Would he be a proper replacement for Partey? No chance in hell. Because we need a proper replacement for Partey if Partey leaves. Partey already has been, by the looks of things, might be leaving. Links are already Saudi. Links are rising very rapidly. I was looking at Saudi League, by the way. Some teams got relegated, some are promoted. Teams that just got promoted into Saudi League, the big league, yeah, already is looking to spend 200, 300 million instantly. They have the money, they can spend it, and if you're ready to go there, be one of their main guys and get triple the wages, quadruple the wages you would get in Europe, go. I'm not against that, to be honest. In my opinion, if you have a chance to secure the bag for your family, for your future, go for it. Let's be real. Let's just say, if I get paid, let's just say, for a year, like how much? 70k a year. Let's just say I get paid 70,000 a year, right? And there is a job for a year or two that offers me maybe to do a bit worse company, like the league, let's just say Saudi League, maybe a bit less stature, but they offer to pay me 200 grand a year. Wouldn't you take that? I would, because that would give me security, my family, my future, and everything. So definitely I can see that happening. So it will be very interesting what's going to happen with Bruno, because there are multiple clubs circling around him. PSG, Arsenal, and some more. But according to what I have read, at least on the internet and everything, by numerous reports and reporters, Newcastle have not Newcastle, PSG have pulled out of the deal. So apparently Arsenal at the moment are frontrunners. Now, whether it's gonna happen or not remains to be seen. But I still am adamant in this situation. If I sign him, I will be happy. I'm not gonna lie. No matter what the price tag is, definitely. And because I'm still gonna look at it that he's not worth 100 million. Everyone can see that. But the player, in my opinion, is worth what the club put the price tag on him, because there's no other way to get him. So you have to pay or just get someone else. So it is what it is. Anyway, those were the transfer rumors reports from me for you today. Let me know down in comments below. What do you think? Would you take Seško for 50 million at striker? Would you take Bruno for 100 million? Or do you think, similarly in a way like I do, that for 100 million you could split it and buy 2 players? Let me know that down in comments below. And more importantly, if you're watching this on Saturday or before the games on Sunday, who's gonna win the league, Arsenal or Manchester City? So if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, all that good stuff. Take care, stay safe, and see you all tomorrow. Peace.